It's the time to get down.
All systems in full effect. Yes! Rise and shine!
Wake up, it's a brand new day.
Come on!
Let's get down on the good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Yes! Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody to Morning Coffee with Mario, the show that comes to you weekly to set you right for the week. And today is no different, and I'm here with my partners in crime. First of all, give it up, Victor Allen over there working the switcher.
What's up, Pete? How you
Partner
feeling?
in crime.
All right.
And also, got my AI Alexa. Alexa, sing good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
All right, I guess that'll do. What can I say? Welcome, you guys. Hey, it's amazing day. It's amazing the neighborhood. We're having one last good day of weather, I think, here they're talking about in Los Angeles, because rain is coming, and I guess we can't complain because most of you have been dealing with it all week long. And you've been dealing with it, and I guess we should be happy to be among the lucky. But here in Southern California, it is so beautiful. But it wasn't that way last Friday, and I want to apologize to those of you who were waiting last Friday night for the Friday night agenda. We had a power outage. Scheduled power outage, by the way. We were notified it was supposed to go from 9 till 4, and we were ready. But because of problems, believe it or not, it went an extra 6 hours. And I can't blame the workers. Got to give a thumbs up to the workers. They are working furiously to get stuff up. We could walk outside and see them in the street, you guys. But meanwhile, actually, the other half of this block, we were the last houses to get power back. Everybody else in the whole surrounding neighborhood, the other half of the block, we could actually look down the street and see houses lit. Mm-hmm. But we were the last ones. Vic, so that's, being without electricity, you guys, my phone went dead. Luckily, I had backup battery packs, and I could use that. But It's that reminder of what it's like when you don't have electricity.
Right.
It's hard for us. Vic was struggling.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell them. They're going to sit back and say, they're going to have some suggestions for us and say, so y'all don't work with your own generator? And I said, but we are, and what about our network? I said, so when did we have the generator, got the power? Then we don't have Wi-Fi. Now what? We need a satellite dish super, super strong?
Didn't even think about that one. Jeez. So you guys, anyway, we're sorry about missing you Friday night. The wonderful Friday night agenda, which we had a wonderful show planned, including Tyrone Dubois. I want to thank Tyrone for coming by, and actually he took us over to Fridays. We wanted to get out of the place because there was nothing we could do here, so he took us over to Fridays so we could get something to eat and hang out a little bit. So thank you, Tyrone, and we'll have to do that show. It's going to be our favorite spiritual, uplifting music for the soul. And we'll have to do that again. I thought about it, something, Vic. I had some friends who bought those new toilets with the heat in them and music and massage, and they rinse your butt and all that, everything.
Right.
I wonder what happens when you have a power outage. Can you flush the toilet? Guys, the one thing we could do around here.
Yeah.
We could turn on the water, you can flush the toilet.
Well, I know one thing. The flushing will be the last thing, because if Mother Nature says I have to go, he's going to go. You deal with the other stuff following up. It's done.
Well, okay. Hey, the announcements for you guys. We got new shows that are coming up. I'm adding this little section where we get to share our experiences. We get to rant a little bit. I get a chance to tell Vic about it, actually, either because of all the stuff this morning. But we get to rant a little bit about the journeys of running an independent label. So one of the things that is on our table right now is improving the broadcast. And one of the things we want to do is do broadcasts that are other than talk shows. We love the talk shows. We love communicating with you. We love the fact that at morning coffee I got to be here right here with you and share all those things with you. But, we're looking to expand the programming. And so that's one of the things that we're talking about. And we've got all this new stuff. And so I think, depending on what Vic and I work out, you can expect to hear about some new shows in beta tests. We got to bring them to you just to try out different stuff. So we're calling it the beta test. That's what it's doing. So we got the beta test coming for you. We got new shows involving a bunch of the robots, artificial intelligence. We got Barbies. We got Legos. We got Star Wars droids. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff. It's going to be kind of crazy and comedic for the upcoming shows, and at least 3 different projects in. So just wanted to let you know that that's the way it's going to be. So new stuff coming. All right, Alexa, drum roll, please.
Okay.
Boom. All right, Joe, that's right. We got announcements. Other announcements. just what can I say? Testing that out. Alexa, what's the weather here in what's the weather?
Right now in Los Angeles, it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 72 degrees and a low of 53 degrees.
Well, now that sounds bad to us, but let's look at some of the other people. Okay, Alexa, what's the weather in Chicago?
In Chicago, Illinois, it's 41 degrees Fahrenheit with intermittent clouds. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 46 degrees and a low of 30 degrees.
Okay. Let's be a little diverse. So, okay, Alexa, what's the weather in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, Georgia, it's 58 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today, you can look for thunderstorms, with a high of 68 degrees and a low of 54 degrees.
So, weather, it's mainly cold. Nor'easter's coming. It's cold up there, even with Mac McAllister. And one of the things that happened this morning, got to apologize, that reminds me. Got to apologize, we weren't able to show the Mac McAllister pre-show this morning, because guess what, Mac? Windows updates. More Windows updates. So the pre-show today didn't get done because I was here fixing stuff. So Mac is up there in Port Townsend, Washington. We know that that's cold. So Alexa, what's the weather in Port Townsend, Washington? Alexa, weather in Port Townsend, Washington.
Currently, in Port Townsend, Washington, it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect intermittent clouds, with a high of 51 degrees and a low of 39 degrees.
All right, she's artificially intelligent. She's a little sensitive about it. Okay, Alexa, give us the birthday roundup.
Today's birthdays include lawman Wyatt Earp, born 1848, actor Patrick McGoohan, born 1928, James Bond actress Ursula Andress, born 1936, actress Glenn Close, born 1947, actor Bruce Willis, born 1955, and composer Yoko Kanno, born 1963. Additionally, today in 1962, Bob Dylan released his first self-titled album.
Dang, all right, give it up for the birthdays. All right, we got a full schedule this week. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, 3/2018, Quiet Storm. Theme for this week is The World's a Masquerade. What does that mean musically? I have no damn idea. That's why I picked those obscure titles. You know, when you do music tapes and it's like Deep Within the Soul or Reach for the Sky. That could be any music. You don't know. You don't even know what that means. That's why I'm appropriately vague, but it's good music. So be there Tuesday night. That just shows you I laid out the program. This time I got a full program laid out for you. So as opposed to sometimes I'm winging it more or less, but you know it'll be there. So be there Tuesday night. On Friday night, we got a regular Friday night agenda, but you know we often shift up what the 7:30 show is. And this week, we still haven't determined. It's either going to be the Mario's Dumb Diary or Music and Mary Jane. It's to be determined. Vic, what's happening with you on Friday?
They call it My Victor Meekle's Challenge. You know how the challenge is. It's about life, reality, some role play, and some empowerment. And so we're just going to roll over from last Friday, but I'm not going to tell you. That's the whole point of this game, is that wonder if I tell you something and I change it up, add it up, or flip it, because it's based on the day-to-day. Yeah, well, hey, look, I got the right to change it up. You know, sometimes people just come in. Oh, there goes Nils. And people just roll in.
There he goes. Hey, everybody giving up our special guest for today.
Bam.
Nils. Oh, okay, we got it. We always have trouble with Nils because you can call him, the name, you know, he has so many facets. You know, so, and I usually ask him, but we've said producer, songwriter. I don't say guitarist usually till third or fourth, you know, which is interesting because he's so well versed. But again, everybody, our guest for this morning, Nils.
Yeah.
For having me, guys.
You just come on in.
Yeah.
I know that traffic is crazy.
Oh, LA traffic is live and well.
You know, sometimes you just gotta play with it.
Well, but I made it. I got my coffee, as you said. I swung by the kitchen.
See, I told him. That's what I told him. I said, just chill, go to the kitchen, take care of that chill down mode as we just play with it. If y'all follow
There you go.
You just play with it.
And that's the kind of a day-to-day. And Nils brings, as he always does, brings news, announcements, music.
Yeah.
And usually there's video involved because, like I said, when I call him a guitarist, it's usually the third thing I say,
Right.
third or fourth,
Right.
Because he's so many things, and he's like me. He continues to learn and grow. We both embrace that. And so filmmaking, I don't know what to say.
Oh, yeah.
Videographer, I don't know what to. We add another thing to it.
I'm working on video editing. Yes, I'm working on music. I did bring you some works in progress on that disc.
Oh.
On 2 videos that I'm working on.
Oh, really?
They're not finished, so it's kind of like a little bit risky to show them because, you know, some artists don't like to show it until it's a finished project.
That's right. The new
But
world.
I'm saying, you know, it's like, you know, let's
He's
be
a
real.
ballsy man.
I'm doing this and I'm in the middle of it, though this is not finished, but just to show what I'm working on, what is goes involved in this. You know?
Right.
Well,
And
bravo.
I brought this.
There you go, man. That's what I was waiting for. Bam.
Oh, good. Yes, I love that. And
So-
signed. Okay, did you
Yes.
sign? I want you to sign.
I will sign it for you
Yeah, oh,
guys.
there you go.
Because I keep mine, you know, one day for the United Negro College Fund. I'll be auctioning off. Here's my autographed copy of the
Yes.
Oh,
CD.
yeah.
We'll
Play.
start the bid at $15,000.
Love it.
But thank you so much. Thank you so much.
man.
Okay, so we're going to get a chance to spend some time with Nils talking about the new stuff, playing some videos and stuff as part of the show right after we get done with the monologue and stuff. So we'll get a chance. He's going to get a chance to be here and be part of us. So we got a full show today. For the news, got some interesting stuff. We're talking about Winston Churchill. I guess because I like Gary Oldman. You have to understand. So I watched the movie. So I said, this is not, there's another history here. Okay. So we'll be talking about it today on the news, the real Winston Churchill, and some of the controversial things that he's known for in the life again. And I don't know, it's not that people say, well, Mario, why are you doing it? I said it's not a backlash to the movie. It's just that when I see things that are historical, you know, I like to frame them sometimes and the thoughts that cross my mind. So we'll be talking about that today with my impressions. And marijuana for dummies today, I'll be reminding you that yes, marijuana is legal in some places, not all, but it is legal in some places, but it is no time to let your guard down. You have to pay attention to rules about carrying, you know, transporting, where you consume, and I'll be reminding you today that yes, marijuana is legal in some places, but it's definitely not a time to be letting your guard down. Vic, how about you when it comes to the sports and the hot picks?
Oh yeah, on the sports, it's only going to be one subject because it's the only one thing that's been dominating, and it's of course March Madness. And I'm just going to tell you the teaser is that my brackets got busted, and then I'll tell you maybe some things.
Always busted.
Hey man, you know, this is bad, man. I mean, this is bad when your brackets are busted and you're following up on it. But we're going to find out some things as it relates to buzzer beaters versus upsets. What excites you more, upsets or buzzer beaters? Also, hot picks. Who reigns supreme in Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and crosses over the best? You'll get your choice. And then we're going to find out the top jazz musician who has the most Instagram followers on the planet. Here we go.
You know, we were talking about earlier in the week the effect that social media is having on these businesses. Rihanna's rebellion against Snapchat now expected to cost them what, Vic?
That one was at 700 million on the Wall Street value. They said they looked at it. You know, it's second place to Kylie Jenner's 1.2 billion on Instagram, I believe.
So these businesses are being affected by that social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Incredibly. Well, every week we get to do slideshow animation. Even though last week the Friday was essentially canceled because of the power outage, I bring to you the most recent slideshow animation. Take a listen, take a look, and we'll be right back.
Since I spoke to you, and I know that there's no rhyme or reason to what you put me through. So I take your promises and all the memories, and I play them back 'cause I can't breathe. But you are so captivating, and you to my dream, you
the master of it.
No matter what you say, just subject to
captivating, and you are
we update.
answer to my dream. You are all around me, and I know of all the pieces when you speak to me. People and delicious answers come when you're searching. When you're searching, and you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my plea, and you are the only reason, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak, and you are
Big fan on his live.
captivating, and you are
This ain't sounding about heat.
answer to
So
my
if I want people to
dream.
tune into the show, that's how we go to Pax Stereo TV.
Yes. The easiest
All
one,
around
if
me,
they on their mobile
and I
phone,
know if I
MOBI,
said
Pax
when
Stereo
you
dot
speak
mobile, MOBI. That one, they go right to the device and come on
to
in.
me,
That keeps the one from continuing. Yes.
and I know if all the pieces when you speak to me.
That's right.
Hey guys, I'm over at Pax Stereo TV.
And I
I'm
know
gonna
if
come live in a minute. If you want to tune in, go to PaxStereo.mobi on your mobile device or PaxStereoTV.com.
PaxStereo.tv.
Oh, PaxStereo.tv.
Hey. So Nils is telling everybody where to log in. I actually thought, we ought to have him do the commercial. Because, it is the idea was to give you choice and variety. We
Right.
take the show, the broadcast to wherever we can. For example, we're live on Facebook this morning. But also, we would love it if you could come to us, but we make it available in ways that are convenient. If you go to PaxStereo.mobi, that is optimized for your mobile phones and tablets, and that for a very low bit rate, about 200 kilobytes per second, a little bit more than a 128 MP3 file. For about 200 kilobytes per second, you're seeing the broadcast in what is amazingly good quality and sound, and it's not costing you a ton. So
Right.
that's why we did the pack.
No, that makes
Nils
sense
a geek too. See, but that's why I did it, right? Just do a way where you can get it on your mobile device. Doesn't cost you the same, and because it's on the smaller screen, I can do that at 200 kilobytes per second, which to us geek folks, that's an accomplishment. so if you're tuning in, you have those choices. Also, if you go to PaxStereo.tv, I have a watch page. Actually, I guess, Vic, I should show that. If you go to PaxStereo.tv, if you go to the watch page, we offer Pax Stereo in all its incarnations. What do I mean by that? We broadcast to a variety of places, and once again, in a geek moment, I made a page with all the broadcasts on one page. We call that the IMAX multi-viewer because you can scroll up and down the page and get in all the chat rooms.
Right.
And we also have our regular 24/7 broadcast, and then up the Pax Stereo Prime, which we're going to be using more in the future for special performance broadcasts like those that Nils has done here. It will be there, and the social media stream is where we're just gathered. So there's a bunch of them. So the 24/7 or the IMAX, especially when one is not working, boom,
Go to the other.
you go to the other. That's the idea. So again, that's the. Now I'm getting the appropriate. Let me get my appropriate. Where's my appropriate visual aids? Because since Nils is here, I need to put a different one. So this is an appropriate one. Here we go. Sipping and Smoozing with Nils.
There we go.
Sipping and schmoozing, getting to know you one question at a time. Alright, sipping and schmoozing, talking about whatever it is we like. Politics, religion, the human condition, music and fiction, your new addiction. Sipping and schmoozing, getting to know you one question at a time. Alright, sipping and schmoozing, talking about whatever it is we like. Sipping and schmoozing, sipping and schmoozing, sipping and schmoozing.
Everybody, proud to say our regular guest, brother from another mother, give it up for artist, everybody, Nils here in the studio. Got a CD. Yeah, got a CD. He's here today because he's got a bunch of stuff going on. It's been a year or so of change and development for Nils. We've got to sort of experiment with him and be part of those experiences as he shifted, from one label to unsigned to then re-signed and then taking on so many new projects, Nils. It's been a bunch of changes, but you look like you've weathered the storm well and managed to turn what it could have been stumbling blocks into stepping stones. So come on, tell us.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what is so interesting is that, I worked long and hard on the record. And then when it was done, I kind of shifted. Now it's all about my big challenge right now is get a video together and let everybody know about the album. As I said, I don't have a big budget. In the old days, the record label would just send you somewhere, take care of it, and charge you against your catalog to do all these things. Now we got to kind of find a way to do it ourselves. They don't do videos anymore because they're only going to be showed on YouTube. So you got to get really creative and
the
got
financial investment.
Yeah, no, they don't do that. But it is. I think it's important also to make it not just you can put up a photo of the album like a lot of guys do, and then have the music underneath, and it's just a static picture.
Right.
And I just wanted to take it a step further. Did it on the last album with Alley Cat. And I just want to constantly up the game and make this video look better and better. And basically employed some friends who... one of my friends has a drone.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We did some drone footage and just make it look interesting. So I'm in the process of getting that together. I totally revamped the website.
Nice, I like it.
And now I'm doing, it's like tomorrow I have a Dave Koz interview. I'm going to be on the Harry Connick Jr. show.
Wow.
I'm doing...
hey, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like him.
So I'm doing several, appearances, basically all that kind of stuff to let everybody know about the CD. I'm on social media heavily,
Right.
And then we have a big show coming up at Vitello's on April 6th. It's going to be my first CD release concert. And got the horn section now in the band, so it's going to be a bigger band.
So tell us about the horn section. Who's in the horn?
So it's a three-piece horn section. Right now I have Johnny Britt, who's on the record.
Oh, wonderful.
Trumpet.
We love some Johnny Britt. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, he's going to sing in the band. He's going to play trumpet in the band, so... He's a very valuable guy.
Oh, yes.
in my setup. I have Michael Parlett on saxophone and Andrew Lipman on trombone.
Wonderful. Well, this sounds like some wonderful...
yeah.
That's the one we got to make it out to. That's the one we were talking about, Big in the Telos.
Yeah, that's the one.
And I wanted to do, talking about video. I said, I want to get a special rehearsal together for the band. in a big rehearsal studio, just set up cameras and shoot, so I have footage for videos. So getting 10 people to agree to a date to do an extra rehearsal is a challenge itself.
Okay,
Finally got them together,
Right.
and now the rehearsal studio is booked. Now I have to look for another location, another room that's big enough to make it look like it's not like in somebody's garage, but on a stage. You know?
Right.
And believe it or not, even in LA, that's a challenge. I mean, they're the big studios, but you know they want $1,000 a day for the room,
Right.
and that's just out of my price range right now. Just
Because
for
Nils,
2-hour rehearsal.
Don't let that get past you. That what Nils said about doing this himself. That means arranging it, paying for all the stuff. It's your investment in your career. And Nils has done a series of them, but you're doing that, and again, you have to cover those costs. Nils did a shoot for the drones. And they had to hike, and he. I know I look good, but Nils, there was no way I was going to make it up there. They would have had to call rescue.
Funny.
They would have had to call rescue to
No
get
way,
my
man.
ass
No
down
way.
from the hill.
No way, man.
But Nils went out on a hill, carried on, he got a bunch of folks together to contribute. They took all this stuff out there and then gathered all that footage and those shoots. So it's wonderful stuff. Nils, so we have a few things we got to do. Okay. And I got to see what he wants to do. 'Cause that's the other thing we always do. We want what he wants to do.
It's unscripted.
Right on my list is he has a number of videos. He has a number of videos. Okay, so we have to decide what videos we're going to show. I'd like to show at least one of the ones from the old days. We had first of all, the one that you had that you took. There was actually you on the was it the roller coaster?
Oh yeah.
That was a wonderful video. But we'll let you call it because
cool.
you have the CD here.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you want to do something. So
Yeah.
So what do you want? How do you want to attack this? What do you want to do?
Well,
first?
I as I said, I brought 2 videos that I'm working. They're works in progress.
Okay.
Some is further ahead. There's for the 2 songs, a Goldfinger and Straight Down the Line. Straight Down the Line is the single right now, and I did a first shoot, which means I have partial footage. So I edited something together, but half of this is going to be replaced with something else.
Right.
So this is just like the first shoot I had.
Okay.
On Goldfinger, I had 2 shoots already. The one on the hill with the drones, and one in the studio. And I have one more shoot to do probably this week. I was waiting for the sun to come back out. It needs to
Here
match.
it is.
It needs to match the other day because it's going to also be outside.
Right.
So
and I've got
then I
it.
can
He came
finish that
wonderfully
video.
prepared, so it's here.
Yeah.
Right.
Wonderfully prepared. So what would you like to show first?
Start with the Goldfinger video.
So
That's further along than the other one.
that was a Goldfinger first cut.
First cut, right?
Well, you get the teaser is the concept.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, unsupported format MP4.
You never know what these things.
There we go. And that's where the song got the name from, the amplifier called Goldfinger. It's not a Bond.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. Thank you, Neil. Yes. Nils, everyone. Give it up.
That was tight.
From the CD, Play. 13 songs, number 6. Wow. Gold figure. And he reminded us, again, that's the name based on that amp, not based on the anything Bond. I'm noting some of the from the liner here, and this is one of the things I love as an oldie but goodie myself. Is I love liners.
Oh yeah,
and I read
me too.
Yeah,
and I
man.
read
I'm a
liners.
sucker for liner
Oh
notes.
yeah.
Yeah, Nils, guitars, drum programming, keyboards. Daryl Williams on bass. Oliver C. Brown, good old Oliver, percussion. Clydeen Jackson on the Rhodes. You know, Nils, you enlisted friends to pull this off.
Yeah.
But the editing, that's you now in this
Yeah.
one right now. This is you, Final Cut.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm becoming a video editor, adding that to my skill set, right?
Love it, man, because, you know, we talk about this, doing whatever it takes. And
Right.
that's one of the things why we here at Pax Stereo like working with Nils, because we have the vibe of pioneering. That means we're willing to adjust to things more on the fly. We're willing to take more things into our own hands to pull off what we do. And that's why we've been blessed to have Nils come here and perform here twice now in our courtyard.
Yeah.
Because we're willing to experiment. Got to give you some applause again on that, brother. I mean, I'm stressing this. He's pulling this off. He's now coordinating and running this. I want to say that to all the musicians out there, because I recognize how, for so many people, it's overwhelming to wear these hats. It's wonderful. It's one of those double-edged sword things. It's wonderful that you can wear
Right.
all these hats, but then it's sometimes a pain in the ass when you have to wear
But
all
it-
these hats. So, Nils, you're doing that so much now. I just get that feel that the whole Nils machine
Yeah.
is kind of winding up into this
what
whole
I
new
think
thing.
interesting, what I love about it is the tools are available. I mean, Final Cut is what is it, $200? It's not the end of the world.
Right.
Right.
Everybody
Right.
can afford that.
Right.
And so it's just acquire the skill sets, and do it, and it's fun. I enjoy doing it.
You made a big jump.
So it is it's not like a chore. In the sense that, oh man, I have to do this. No, I'm having fun playing around with this. You know?
Yeah.
So and I just don't believe
Well, of
in
course.
waiting for it to happen.
Right.
If there's a way that I can make it happen myself.
Well, that's the part I mean. I say, of course, but there's that creative, proud to say, those of us who do have that whole geek technical vibe,
Yeah.
you give us the tools to make it happen, we're going to try to make it. We're trying to make it
Well, that's true
happen.
too. You gotta be. I mean, I love computers, so I have like the technical mind, being a producer, and to me, video editing is not much different than working in Logic and doing music editing and doing
Right.
and doing production work, and putting these elements together in a way that's creative.
Right. Right.
So I like doing that, and so it's not a big stretch from the thought process. It's new, learning the ins and outs on the software and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's fun once you then actually can put something together. They say, "Yeah, I like this," And I think we're getting there. So this is just a work in process, not the finished video yet either. So
Which is and it's wonderful. Getting feedback too from the online community already on Facebook. Lori, what's happening, Lori? Lori Jackson says she enjoyed the song. Mac McAllister's there.
Oh, great,
Joyce
thanks.
Rushington, awesome. The audience is appreciating it. I know. Neil's stuff is great stuff. The CD, again, we're blessed to have.
Play.
The early copy of it. But
you go to nilsmusic.com. You can check it out. You can listen to the record and you can pick it up. If you sign up to the mailing list, you get it actually 20% cheaper. And
let's see if I can
but
pull that up.
nilsmusic.com is my
Yeah,
updated
okay.
website now. Yeah.
Well, you know what was the biggest jump? Because the first thing most people think about is the time management. They think, oh, how can I fit this in? And I believe now you're on the other side. And you're not coming back to where you were, say, a year ago. It's almost like you made this huge leap and jumped into this app configuration along with the video, and you kind of now put them together. You have kind of merged them in what you do.
Well, I don't know if I'm just at the next phase. You know, like a year ago, I was still into. I wasn't thinking about video. I was thinking about making the record. You know, getting the recordings done, getting the mixes done, making it sound as good as I can. So I'm happy as a producer and as an artist with it.
Right.
Then that's the shift. Since then, since the end of the year, to shift into this different mode, getting all the publicity together, and. Again, even though I'm signed to a record label, you got to realize even the record label has a limited resources or time what they're going to spend on you as an artist.
It's a relationship, a collaborative one more.
So I'm very happy with what they're doing on the radio promotion things and buying ads and we have a big promo package at smoothjazz.com and some other smooth jazz sites what they marketing me to. And they're doing what they do. What they're not good at is social media, website, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm picking up that, and I realize that over the years now that this is now my responsibility to fill in these gaps. And so I sat down and totally redesigned the website.
Right.
You know, I started producing this little teaser clips as I was going along, just to keep it out there, post social media. Write a couple blogs, you know, or just keep raising the awareness.
More than anyone that we've worked with, you've actually kind of listened to some of the stuff we mentioned and taken them.
Well, I'm learning from you guys, you know.
You know, I have to say, you know, and Nils did it and doing more and more of it, and he's one of those success stories because it's working for him. You know, it's funny. It's coming to the realization that the labels can't do this for you. Now, let me tell you, one of the reasons that they can't do it for you is we're too innovative. We're so far in front of the curve that they're not going to be arriving at these things, most of the businesses. So, but one of the good things is that you can. So one of the things that we talked to Nils, and one of the things I kind of challenged him, I said, you know, Nils, the proof of this doesn't exist. Because we're out there in front. So when you do this stuff, you have to kind of see. You're going to be making videos and writing blog. So the experience has to, in the long run, sort of prove its value because we were pioneering. But, you know, glad to say that as it turns out, that more and more these methods are being recognized really much as the only way to go about doing these things. They now have replaced the traditional methods. And now the one thing that's so good about Nils is that it's hands-on. He's doing it. It's not someone doing it for him. And so forth. There is so much closer to you. The HCD.
Yeah, and it's just a shift of an artist's jobs, what an artist's job description is. It used to be, you know, I just think back to what I call the good old days, where you just get high in the studio and work 2 days on the snare sound, you know.
Oh, wow.
To lay out in the pool till the engineer calls you back in, you know.
Wow.
Oh, let's try that, you know, and experiment with that, and you know, monies were thrown around because it was a huge. Now it's a whole different ballgame. You gotta be an entrepreneur. You gotta have your stuff together as far as attacking all these areas, and if you sign to a big label and they take care of a lot of that for you, or you have some kind of a manager or somebody else in your support system that does it for you, great. If you don't, well, it doesn't have to be the end of the career. Learn it yourself and do it, you know, or find somebody who does it for you.
There you go, and
helps you with it, you know.
So back to the playlist.
Okay.
We have a number of things. What's next for us to play, Nils?
What do you want to do? A video, a song?
Let's do it. Well, let's do another video.
Okay. Well, let's do the other video. That's straight down the line. So that video is really raw. It's just one shoot, and certain areas I didn't have footage, so it's gonna look just me standing around in a room. You know, that wasn't. I don't have the full footage for it. A lot of it looks pretty nice though, you know. And I just think, you know, let's shoot and see what I can use. This is gonna be maybe. I'm using maybe 20% of this in the finished video.
Because let's talk about the methods. Because this is one where you took the song,
Mm-hmm.
you loaded in the Final Pro,
Uh-huh.
and then you started adding scenes and assembling scenes on top
Right.
of that. Some of which were new and shot specifically for this. Some were essentially filler almost.
Right. Well, here
As
the
you go
plan. The
along.
plan is for this video. I want to have the band in it, and I
Okay.
just haven't gotten to get the date yet where the band can do it, and I have a room to film it in.
All right.
So that's my challenge. But in the meantime, I was in the studio filming myself, just by myself, what you saw in Goldfinger, and at the same session, well, let me also play the other song, and I can intercut that with the
Very
final
smart.
video with the band. So this is basically this part of the video, kind of like you have different lanes, and then
Right.
you can go back and forth between
Right.
them. So this is one part of that, what that video is gonna be like, you know.
And I look into the mind of the producer.
Yeah.
Here's Nils. Straight down the line. Take a look. Nils, everyone. 2 songs, 2 selections from the new upcoming CD, Play. Nils' 8th CD, right? Looks like it's the 8th one for you.
9th.
9th CD.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ninth album, yeah.
Wow.
Wonderful track. And again, giving a chance to showcase.
You guys are on the record. If you take out the CD and behind it some more credits and put you all in there as well.
Oh, now Mario's gonna probably put this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's gonna put it in. He's gonna put it in concrete. Just watch what he does.
Thank you.
Oh man, respect on that one, boy.
Thank you, Nils.
Oh, no, thank you guys.
Pax Stereo TV. Thanks to Mario, Vic, and Miko, Pax Stereo TV, for their help with live streaming events. Bravo.
Yeah, there we got to give it to him. That's the man.
Go to the website. Let me show you that. Let me go to the website. Here we go.
If you scroll down, you see the click on the little arrow in the middle. Yeah, and there's the CD and.
Wow, nicely done. So who did the website?
I did.
Yep.
Everybody, see,
Yeah.
see
There
what
you
I'm
go.
saying?
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's exactly one man show.
And we talked about, Nils and I, we talked conceptually
Yeah.
about the approach to some of the stuff. And one of the things that I pointed out to him, I said, we have to tell our own stories. And if you think about it, it'd be kind of hard for us to let somebody else tell a story anyway. What it is that we're blessed that we have the know-how to actually do some of these things. Because imagine how difficult for someone who's as much as a perfectionist as this man to get another professional to even do this. I mean,
right.
It's a double-edged sword. It's great that Nils, that you can do it.
Yeah.
And that when you do it, it's such a representatively, kind of wonderful job. And so that you do that.
It is. I'm happy that the tools are available now. It used to be like something that was
All
like,
day.
oh man, we gotta go to some special place for them to do. I remember the first time we did a video, and there was so much involved with it. From the shooting to the editing. Nowadays, we shoot it. This stuff is all shot on iPhone. Yeah.
And we're doing stuff like planning for iPhone. Yeah.
It's just more accessible now. You have the tools available. If you know how to use them, you can get something. And I was to say, if you don't have the technical mind to do it yourself, find somebody in your circle of friends or in your support system who does.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Nils. So the main thing for them, I guess, the take home is April
6th.
April
At
6th.
Vitello's, that's on Cahuenga Boulevard in Studio City.
Okay.
Go to the website. There's if you scroll down, there's basically upcoming shows. And,
Okay.
And there's a link to get the tickets. It's the top one, obviously, because it's the first one coming up there.
And the CD drops when?
It did drop last Friday.
It drops last Friday. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Wonderful.
On the 16th, right?
On the yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So there you go. The
Oh,
CD has dropped. The upcoming performance. You got to give it up for Nils. Nils, we should play one more song, though.
Okay, well, we got to play Vic's favorite.
You got it, man.
I don't have a video for it, but we just...
Just you
it's
play it.
Sway.
I can play it
Just
right
play
here
it.
from the website, even.
Yeah, man, all
You
day.
could, but it is a little truncated, I think.
You want me to play it off? You got it on the...
I got it. I sent you a file.
there you go. All right. Well,
It's
let's.
on the drive I gave you. There's
Is it on the drive?
yeah.
Oh, it's on the drive. Then. Okay, hold on. I said I'll go get the file, but it's on the drive.
No, it's on the drive.
That's how we do things. See, we're ready. We have Plan B.
It's on there. Top folder, the MP3s, and number four.
Sway. Oh yes, that was good. That was nice live here.
Yeah, man.
Here's Sway.
That's the song, man.
Yes. You guys listen. I'll have a sip. Sway. Give it up. Nils.
Oh, yeah.
Give it up, everybody. Again, you can go to the site, nilsmusic.com. Get more information about everything, about the upcoming showcases, performances. Vitello's is the one to see.
Right.
But also you can see the other performances. Nils is maintaining the site. It has that personal touch, so you know when you reach out to it, you can get close to the man himself. Once again, our good friend and talented, gifted artist, Nils. Nils, everyone. Sipping and smoozing.
Sipping and schmoozing, getting to know you one question at a time. Alright, sipping and schmoozing, talking about whatever it is we like. Politics, religion, the human condition, music and fiction, your new addiction. Sipping and schmoozing, getting to know you one question at a time. Alright, sipping and schmoozing, talking about whatever it is we like. Sipping and schmoozing, sipping and schmoozing, sipping and schmoozing.
Yes. We'll be right back. After this brief musical intermission, drunk in a smoky bar, drinking an Imperial Porter mix. Coming back with the news, the sports, the hot picks, the full gamut.
When you walked away, it was the saddest day that the world has known. Shattered my heart and left me with pieces of a broken home. Now you say you need me, standing at the door, asking if you can come in, and I can't say no, no, I can't say no. You and I just can't say goodbye. Every time we do, well, it's just another lie. I know you're no good for me, but every time I'm with you, there's nowhere I'd rather be.
Yeah.
We've been to hell, been burned by the flames of a pain so deep that even the strongest God in the heavens would kneel and weep. But here I lie, pressed against your skin, right where I wanna be. You're the sweetest sin. You and I just can't say goodbye. Every time we do, well, it's just another lie. I know you're no good for me, but every time I'm with you, there's nowhere I'd rather be.
Real music. Drunk in a smoky bar, drinking an Imperial Porter mix. Creative Commons. That's Laswell. These artists make these songs available to you for free while retaining their rights for any commercial use. We get to use them live on the air because of that fact. And so I wanted to share that with you because if you like those tracks, support them by going to download, spread it around, talk to folks about Laswell, about Love Shadow, two of my favorite Creative Commons artists that you can find at dig.ccmixter.org or ccmixter, or just Google Creative Commons, CC. That's the movement. Bringing it available to you. All right? Ready for some news?
Maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's that time. Time. The good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Episodes like this are sensitive in nature, inherently. And so when you do them, I think part of it is you have to think to yourself, what is it that I'm attempting to accomplish? Subjects like this, you have to think about that, because no matter what you do, you're going to be making points. It's unavoidable. That's the type of subject that I'm dealing with today. I went to watch Gary Oldman's recent movie on Churchill. And because of the revolutionary person that I am, it caused me to not question the story that was being presented to me, but to think of the relative value of the other parts of Churchill's life that I knew about. Much in the same way that when I read the Diaries of Columbus, I was shocked. And the truth is sometimes shocking. Okay? And to examine it in that way can be hurtful. And so my point that I said at the beginning is, when you do these type of commentaries, you first have to think clearly, what is it that you want folks to understand? And I think what I want folks to understand is that certain kind of flaws have been there for a long time. And our heroes certainly are flawed people. As such, they remain our heroes, but sometimes in learning about those flaws, it makes us look at them differently. Looking at O.J. Simpson now, and then looking at football videos, you don't feel the same. Looking at Cosby, you see some old, you don't feel the same. So, and such it is the story with Winston Churchill. Not so much to demonize Churchill, but for those of us to recognize that in those times when the common way of thinking was so hateful and so racist and so bigoted, there are those examples of the people who were not. Even when most of America wanted to own slaves, there were those who refused and said it was evil. Even before the women's movement, there were those men who knew that their woman was their equal and deserved all the attention and recognition that was contained therein. There are always those, despite what is common and prevalent, who see what is right. So my issue with today's broadcast was not to horrify you, even though I'm sure I will. I want you to understand it was not my goal to horrify you with painful voicings from Winston Churchill's racist past, even though I will. But it was not my goal to horrify you. It was also to remind you that at this time, when this type of thinking was so prevalent, there still were those who thought differently. And we should celebrate them. There was Eleanor Roosevelt, Mary McLeod Bethune, and people who did a lot, who worked tirelessly day in and day out for the betterment of this world. And I just think that we should recognize them. We have a lot of people who are deeply flawed, who have great moments. That is the wonderful beauty of this universe, and a tribute, I think, to our Creator. that even the worst of us, in a moment of great need or desperation, can rise to amazing heights. Even the worst of us, when challenged, can do these things. The stories of the humans rising to the occasion are legion. And so, to me, that is the story of Churchill. A flawed, deeply flawed person who had some great moments. I remind you, O.J. Simpson ran for 2,000 yards in one season. Never had been done before. Flawed men, flawed women have moments of achievement. And so in watching the movie, I knew I wanted to comment on the movie, but I did, and I knew I didn't want you to feel like you were under attack. Why? Because these heroes of ours, we love them. And to find out these things about them hurts. And we don't know how to deal with that. Maybe in the same way we deal with our Thanksgiving table. When we sit down with our racist auntie or our homophobic uncle.
Oh, that's wrong.
And we sit there, we still love them. And they are flawed. And I can't ask you to reject them. I have them in my family too. So we have to learn to deal and live with flawed people. And so it is. So I posted on Facebook. Let me see if I can get it up here. I posted this because I went online and I went and read, because when I was watching them, I said, well, I know a different Churchill. Didn't Churchill kick ass in India? I mean, didn't he kick some ass? He was over, that's how he made his fame, kicking the ass of people of color. Okay. And he commented on it, okay, over and over again. And so I said, well, I thought I knew, because as part of my getting older, I've learned to go and research some of my heroes. John Wayne broke my heart when I was younger. I was so young when I learned of the kind of things he said about black folks. So, but you can go look at these things, because what you find out is they weren't secrets. They weren't secrets. The people knew it. They were proud of what they say, what they thought. Much in the way that when you deal with Americans who are racist today, there's no secret. They tell you to their face. They have no trouble telling you. That's exactly how I feel. So let me quote you Winston Churchill. Because I put this posting, and I titled the posting, Winston Churchill Will Never Be My Hero. Revisionist history is real and Hollywood sells it daily. And I proceeded to present you racist quotes by Winston Churchill paint a different picture. Let's go through them. 1, and I quote, I do not agree that the dog in a manger has the final right to the manger, even though he may have lain there for a very long time. I do not admit that right. I do not admit, for instance, that a great wrong has been done to the Red Indians of America or the black people of Australia. I do not admit that a wrong has been done to these people by the fact that a stronger race, a higher grade race, a more worldly race, wise race, to put it that way, has come in and taken their place. This is Winston Churchill addressing the Peel Commission in 1937 on why Britain is justified in deciding the fate of Palestine. Here's another quote. I am strongly in favor of using poisonous gas against uncivilized tribes. That's Churchill on how Britain should deal with the Iraqi revolution against Britain's rule in 1920. Isn't that embracing genocide? And this is the man who later endured Hitler's relentless bombing of London. Okay. I'm just saying the history takes on a whole different perspective sometimes as you start to look at the complexities of the individuals. Doesn't it make your World War II history feel differently? Okay, how about this? As he spoke of Gandhi, who I love, on my wall where I have Martin Luther King, who has flaws. too, I have Gandhi, they all had flaws.
True that.
But I put Gandhi on my wall because he wrapped himself in a cloth and made the British get out of India. My God. Okay. Gandhi, this is what he said about Gandhi. Gandhiism and everything it stands for will have to be grappled with and crushed. He also said, it is alarming and also nauseating to see Mr. Gandhi, a seditious Middle Temple lawyer of the type well known in the East, now posing as a faker, striding half naked up to the steps of the vice-regal palace to parley on equal terms with the representative of the king emperor. Here's the ones he said that I put it up by itself. I hate Indians. They are beastly people with a beastly religion. I wonder which religion he's referring to, the two major ones, but I'm just saying. So Churchill, flawed individual who had great moments, bunch of them. Michael Collins. We have Che Guevara. Michael Collins is the one who decided to get the British right out of Ireland, and they walked up to folks on the street and shot them and let it be known that if you collaborate with the British, we will kill your family. Che Guevara in Cuba was known that when he rolled into the village, he said, "Show me the men who cooperate with the government." He said, "Show them to me." And he would slaughter them and cut their throats right there in the middle in front of everyone. Flawed individuals at difficult times dealing. And so with Churchill, I say, obviously, white supremacist, he would get along very well with Trump, I think. He'd get along very well. Who at a moment of great challenge rose to defend Britain. Sometimes you need a bulldog in your fight. I remember when I read the novel The Godfather, that's what he said about Luca Brasi. He said sometimes in your battle you need a pit bull.
Yeah. Well, I think what you're bringing up is a very interesting point, because I think that our society has evolved to a point where we take our history lessons from entertainment, and that's a mistake, because the movie was not being made to be a historical document.
Correct.
Right. It takes one aspect, one story,
time. Right.
And I
That's
think
and it makes it entertainment.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
That's why
But you pointing out a more historical points of, okay, this and this and this also happened. You couldn't make a movie out of that without, keeping people in there for a week in the theater. So they just take a little accent. And also sometimes things get changed in a movie just for entertainment purposes because it plays better for entertainment. It doesn't claim to be a historical representation of a certain person a lot of times, But as we consume this, I think it's very valuable that you put this up. We got to be aware of the differentiation, and with social media and entertainment, the lines often get blurred. We're taking what people say, what write about, as the gospel or as the truth, without really knowing all the details about it. And most people are flawed. I'm not excluding myself. None of us is perfect. We all have our dark sides, have our bad sides, our weak spots.
And all I've said, I've had our moments of saying horrible things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had our moments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that, Nils, which gets me back to the point. And I've said this before, and as a child of the 60s and the social revolutions that I experienced, in some ways it comes off soft. But I've said before, and I go on record as saying, we have to stand ready to forgive. See, for me, if you have a racist past, a bigoted past, all you really have to do is ask for forgiveness.
Right.
Because these kind of traits can change in an afternoon. I know how the universe works.
Right.
I always said, if you were in that freeway collapse, I bet you don't give a damn what color that hand is that pulls that brick off of you. I bet you don't care what color.
No. No, not at all, man.
Especially those traits are, I think, are taught more than they are inherited.
Yeah.
You know?
So we have to be able to forgive
we can
people.
Re-educate people.
And that can happen in a moment.
Right.
You could meet a person who could change your views on a lifetime of issues in a moment.
Right.
And so my thing that I've said, and I say this today, I think we should stand prepared to welcome people once they ask for forgiveness. All they have to do is ask, and say that you're trying, that you're learning. Because I can think of so many things that I, too, have grown and changed. Thankfully, if you get to live long enough, you will grow and change. I know of no people my age who tell you they would like to go back to thinking like they did at age 25. You know, Nils laughed. Exactly. No one wants to go back to that mentality. No one. And so the point I leave with us is think of Churchill. And if you want to forgive him for these moments, forgive him then. I would forgive him too if I had only could hear him ask for it. To ask for that forgiveness. Because I do think you should have to ask. Mm-hmm. But once you ask, you know, it's God's grace who does it for the other reasons, right? I'm just saying. I'm a flawed person. Mm-hmm. And for me, you have to ask. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Hey.
Love.
The show's going a little long today.
Formula
Then what we're going to do is we're going to hold off on the marijuana for dummies. I know.
Compelling. Creating a union.
Because we got to get to Vic. We got to get to the hot take. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with the marijuana for dummies next week.
Feeling your soul.
Enjoy this music. 420 friendly. Let me calm down from that emotion.
Sending the world a message in a bottle.
Thank you, Nils.
There is more to show. As the love grows and kicks into full throttle, the fused unit produces a message that becomes a more powerful whole, even more powerful than the love in full.
We go here, we go there, we go where we think we'll find it. Again we search until we see how it is. We'll never be free, 'cause we make goals, we make plans, we make love, we where do we go from broken hearts? Oh, tell me where do we go from broken hearts? Oh, tell me where do we go from broken hearts?
Yes.
Tell me where
That's right.
do we go from broken hearts?
That's the sound of Love Shadow once again. The song entitled Where Do We Go? The MLB mix featuring Melody Romancito and Silk Words. Wow. Get it? Remember I told you get it for free.
Nice.
Creative Commons, Love Shadow. Nils, you would love Love Shadow. He's in London. He's based. He collaborates through the internet with a variety of artists all over the world and a bunch of vocalists here in the United States. He tends to get a couple of the brothers. Frank H. Carter is blowing on a bunch of his tracks. He's out of somewhere in Missouri, somewhere I think St. Louis.
Yeah.
But just a one. I love Love Shadow. That's why we always give him props. Because I could use it live on the air,
Right.
which makes it so much easier for me. Okay. Hey, Vic, I was telling Nils about the wonderful setup. What we're doing now, I love to let you guys know of our experiments. Because I think of these things and then, I design it and Vic drives it. That's the way it goes. So I was been working on for a while. Vic will tell you, I've been working on for a while, ways to integrate the phones into the broadcast. And I've tried a bunch of methods, all kinds of methods. Even beginning day, we just held the phone up in front of the camera.
That was it, man.
Near the mic, right? So you can hear it. And you can.
That was it.
Now we've got it so that because of the way they work today, you could connect the iPhones and the other, and the Androids too, right to your switcher. We've added direct connectivity between a number of the phones. And also on another level, we're running a software that allows Victor to switch the phones on the fly on a tablet.
Right.
All this stuff is cheaper than, it's amazing. But anyway, here's an example of Victor with the cable and this connect. How many phones you got connected, Vic?
I have the iPad and 3 phones. So what they're seeing now is the Twitch on the iPhone right now.
Crazy.
And then if you go here, that's Periscope. They were having a wonderful conversation, but it wasn't PG.
Because that's what people want to
it
do.
wasn't- yeah.
They want to listen. The phenomenon is real. The statistics are in. They want to get together and watch and experience things and talk as they do. So
Right.
think of your friends watching the Super Bowl or watching a movie together.
They don't
Right.
want
Depending on which friends are there, right? Some people
Right,
are
talk
talking
shit, yeah.
the whole. But that's the phenomenon.
you
So
doing?
Nils, that's the phenomenon. They want to do it, and Twitch even allows you. And we're experimenting with Twitch. That's the big expansion. Twitch, the largest online gaming community in the world, that was recently purchased by Amazon, who's now adding creative content, and we're becoming the biggest creative content. We intend to be the biggest creative content provider at Twitch, providing these types of shows. Right now we're live on Twitch, and you can interact with Twitch. And like I said, Nils, it offers so much for them because you can actually provide your own over-the-top subscription services. They offer it at 3 levels, and you can control all these things and what you do. And the goal is to interact more closely with your audience. I love the feature where they have you schedule at Twitch, schedule a video upload premiere.
Right.
Where you can you schedule on Twitch a time in which you're just going to play videos.
That's it.
And be in the chat room. Why? Because even if you just do a lousy job, just trying will be good. In other words, I tell people worry so much about being perfect. Let that shit go.
They're not, no.
Put up the videos,
Nah,
get
man.
in the chat room, chat with the folks, try to relax, let your guard down, have some fun.
Right.
Because if you can get into the habit set, right? then you'll be doing it how many more days a week? If you actually like it, imagine a day where you can't wait for that hour or two where you get together with your audience. Oh, baby, I got to get this done. Oh, welcome, everybody. We get to spend an hour together talking and playing. And once you get it organized in that fashion so you see it as that kind of release, then it specifically fills the gap with social media. The whole point is why you don't do it is because you're trying to do it too good.
Yeah,
like Vic says, Vic's been bugging me, and I'm trying to do it.
Let go.
Just turn on the camera.
Let go.
Get in front of the camera and tell them what you're doing,
right?
And let them see what you. Sometimes you don't even interact with them. You could do your thing and look up periodically. And say, "Oh, okay, this is what I'm doing." I'll be back.
You don't have to talk all the time.
No, you don't have to talk all the time.
No.
The point is to try.
Right.
Remember my point, because we're inventing it. That's the one thing that I will say Vic and I have that it seems like it's so difficult. This willingness to experiment. What is people afraid of? It's like they're afraid to break rules.
Yeah.
Don't walk on the grass. Stay between the lines. The lines are your friend.
Oh, that's cold, man. Why you want to do that?
So anyway, do the stuff. We're doing it. That's what you see Vic and I. So what we're trying to do, I told Nils right now, is we're trying to figure out how much interaction you could do within a broadcast and still make it work fluidly, even though we've also scheduling a new show yet to be titled, where we spend 2 hours specifically interacting at the same time. Vic and I, 2 phones, we're talking to our communities. Whatever I play, whatever I spin, whatever we do, they can all hear. But we're talking about that kind of a shared extreme social media show. That's the one that's coming up. We don't even know what we're going to call it. We don't know what we're going to actually do during the show. But we do know we're going to have all of our, well, let's put it like this. We're going to start with at least 2 different communities that we're dealing with on phones each. While streaming that live to YouTube, Facebook, and our normal outlets, all simultaneously. And that's the experiment.
Yep. Let it go. Just think of you now. The advantage is if somebody says, you have multiple personalities. You do that, man.
It's a great day.
Yeah, you used to sit back and say, "No, I only have one." I said, "No, I have multiples, and they're intentional. You just got to tell me which one you like."
Just think about it. Same night you could have sex with 3 different people.
Oh man, I'm leaving that one. No comment.
Have it be safe.
That didn't come from me, you guys. That didn't come from me.
Just 3 of the same person. Ultimately, how safe is that?
Hey,
you can actually just imagine it backwards as 3 different people from the one time.
Hey, look, letting it go. Let it go.
All right, here we go. Y'all ready for some sports?
Maybe.
Victor Allen's new to Sports. Recurring segment. Victor Allen, written and produced, a unique fan-based view of sports. Brought to you by the bald-headed black man, the man that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Rub his head and make a wish. Remember to dress appropriately. Sports bras, jockstraps, men and women. What's the difference? Here he is. Here's Vic. It's sports time, damn it. Yes.
That's pretty good. I like that. You get excited about it, right?
I tell you, I'm sitting on something.
Yeah. First, I have to acknowledge, I always do this, acknowledging everybody on Periscope. You guys are keeping it busy. Thank you, Miko. I know you had to go. She was doing this on a drop time, break time from work time over at Twitch, fam. Also, Big O Live.me. Always got to give you guys respect because I know my back is to you. All right, I get to talk about the sports because that's what I have to follow. That's just my journey. And I know we're dealing with March Madness. And
why they mad?
Why you want to go there, man? Why you want to go there? So look, let me just tell you, my bracket is busted. I mean, when I say busted, you can make as many brackets as you want. So I said, let me not go overkill. I said, I'm going to do 2. So I picked North Carolina and Michigan State.
I never heard of 90% of the people. How can I make a bracket?
Man, the bracket. Look, man, you can make up to 25.
I might as well do soccer bracket in English.
Dude, you can do
Manchester United.
Just see, Nils know.
The only time I get into brackets is for the World Cup, which is coming up later this year. So
and you know what? If Nils, I would cover soccer. I have to practice on the pronunciation, of the names, the enunciation. I hate killing the names. So it's coming. I'm practicing on that because I love soccer. I do. But, man, I'm tearing up the names.
Easy as Jip's
Oh, man. Oh, no. Jip. Easy.
All right. We're probably messing it up.
I just go by Nils for that purpose.
There you go. See, it works.
Gotta get
Yeah, man, that's cool.
People.
Wow. All right, hey, look, check it out. My brackets are busted. I'm just letting you guys know right offhand. You're not going to be. If you guys are at the website, then you can see the new Sportz drop down. And you could just see a blank bracket. I put that there because my bracket, unfortunately, you have to do a lot to display your bracket. Live interactive bracket.
I can't see it.
Right. You can't, when you put a bracket up there, right, they don't give it to you in the way where it updates itself wherever your location is. But I'm just letting you know my teams are busted. Now, because they're busted, I don't have to worry about rolling over to the next team. Because somebody's going to say you just, bandwagoning. You jumping from one team to the other. So what I decide to do is say, I don't know if anybody watched the sports throughout the weekend. Hands down, I'm just saying, hands down, this blows NBA finals and all that away. It's another level. This is the first. It's just another level.
Upsets.
Oh my God, man, it is.
Upsets always make things exciting. When you start with something, maybe that's why this thing, like Neil said, the World Cup phenomenon, because always in your mind there's the dark horse that everybody's rooting for,
right?
And then there's always the overpowering force that stands to be toppled by the dark. So it's the chance,
right?
And then one thing about March Madness is they always have a fairy tale contender.
But yeah, and we're going to get to that, but. Here's the part where I learned about a college or a university I never knew existed. UMBC. University, Maryland, Baltimore County.
I thought it was Baltimore City.
Baltimore County, man. And so people are joking, going like, is this a JC? Is this whatever? And so for them to make that march and take down the overall #1 seed, they're done because it's history making. And hey, look, I'm just saying right offhand, I have to give them props. I'm going to roll down to them later. I just had to acknowledge them because, man, up until then, I didn't know what UMBC stood for. I was going, who's this team? And then to do what they did. So no one's never knocked off a #1. Out of all the 132 slots they have historically since 1985, they did it. So give them props to them.
There's always a Goliath that's got to go down, and that's what we live for those moments, right?
Yeah, man. It's good. Now, this is the part where I said, pretend like you're playing ball, any sport, and you're the underdog team. Everybody gets a chance to go, will we upset them, or do I just want to win at the buzzer beater? So if you're on the team, you go like, hey, we all won, we beat them. Or do you want to be that player that goes, we busted a buzzer beater, we won, it's historic, you probably lose the next game. So what I'm going to do is this, I'm going to go over the ones and you tell me, because I'm not sure which games you watched, and I'll tell you the ones that I feel right offhand.
Okay.
Based on what I saw, I was going, this is like their championship. Do you prefer upsets or buzzer beaters? So I'm going to hit the first one here. The first one, everybody knows because I'm going backwards. Loyola Ramblers of Chicago. They're in the Sweet 16. They were at #12. They defeated the Miami Hurricanes. The first NCAA tournament victory in 33 years. Buzzer beater Dante Ingram's three-pointer with 0.3 seconds remaining. It was crazy. Now, I thought that was going to be the best game. No problem. I want you to scroll down. I want to keep going because I want to see if you agree with me. The next, do you want to be Michigan defeats Houston? This is not a Cinderella team. This is buzzer beater. I mean, the guy literally, he threw the ball up more than he shot it, but he shot it. He was fouled. It could have been a 4-point play. The guy laying on the floor, this team was winning the whole game. All the way to the end, and they actually were stopping them. And this guy just launched and fell on the floor. Buzzer beater or upset? This was a buzzer beater. Go to the next.
Buzz and upset.
Yeah.
It was both.
It was both. But mildly, 3-6. You know how it is. Here's the one we were talking about. This is the historic one. They've already been bumped out of the... They're gone. University of Maryland, Baltimore County defeats number 1 overall Virginia. Period. 1985, historic. You already know about that one. No big deal.
The stuff is historic, but well within my lifetime. I feel a little bit jaded.
Right. It's okay, man.
1985. I remember 1985.
Yeah, man. I think we were doing a lot of skiing back then.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next. Number 11, Syracuse. This team upset Michigan State, a team I selected.
Oh, that was I watched that one.
Oh, my
I was
God.
watching that again.
What makes this one better?
Neck and neck. The whole game. Neck and
now,
neck.
that's Jim.
That's what amazingly.
That's Jim Bohannon.
You know, with college basketball, you can feel that pressure and tension because they literally do have those games that stay within 3 to 5 points.
Right.
The whole game.
Right.
And I'm going
right.
In the NBA, that's too,
Right.
So you never know who's going to really do it. And again, I know nothing about the Orange Man.
I do. Let me say this.
But it was wonderful.
Let me tell you about this one. Because it's based on the portfolio of where you go, oh my God, this is the biggest upset based on the condition. Syracuse, the last team selected for the field of 68 to play in the round of 16, meaning they had to do a play-in game. They were the last. That means when you're the last, you're fighting to get in based on the selection of the committee. Okay, we're picking you the last one in. And they do this. And upstate, a favorite to take the national champion. And I'm busted. That's why I got my first bust. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off.
You made it that far. I'm still like, who?
Right.
Michigan who?
Michigan. So that's okay. Now let's go on to the next one because it keeps going.
I keep going to Google. Now, Syracuse, New York.
Oh, right. Yeah, Syracuse. Man,
you have to go look at what these makes a difference after you go look at these communities. And you go, oh, no, okay.
Right.
I guess I can root for you. There's nothing else happening in Syracuse.
Okay, here we go. Next one. Now, this is the one. Do you want this resume? You knock out the defending national champion. Now, number 7.
I saw that one, too.
That's not a big Cinderella because they're number 7. North Carolina, Kentucky's, they're always the big teams. This team is physically bigger, meaning that they literally impose their size, and they have a group of 6'9" to 6'10" bench players. So they overwhelmed them. Oh, I like that, man. I thought I was hearing what they call my own phone.
That's deja vu.
Oh, I got you. Tell deja vu I said hello. But anyway, let's go over here. So here's the next. Do you want to be known as the team that knocked off the defending national champion? That was my second team that I chose, and I got busted on that one. So North Carolina's out, so I'm done. We're not done yet. The Twins, they are identical. Nevada hits number 2 Cincinnati, overcomes a 22-point deficit. They go on a 32-8 run in 11 minutes, and they literally won in the last few seconds.
Can you imagine how bad the other team must feel?
No, man.
Giving up a 32-8 run.
Yes. Done. All right. So
you got to feel kind of screwed.
Yeah.
And you got to go home. Your old lady be looking at you funny. You get in the house like...
All right.
Even your dad will be like...
Come on, man. No. See, here's the point.
Son, 32-8. 32-8. Your mother be like... 32-8, honey. It's okay.
It's cold.
It's another day.
That one.
It's just a game.
It's just a game.
The Wolfpack, Nevada, Reno. They were not supposed to go this far.
No, their boys are calling them up. Their phones are ringing off the hook.
Okay, now we're getting down to the point. The last one. I'm not saying that this one is a big one, but another number 1 went down. Florida State, number 9, kicks out number 1. 75-70, because they have 4 regions, so there are 4 number 1s. So 2 are out, 2 are remaining. So now you have a 12-point deficit that they overcame, and they win. Florida State is in. Cool. Now we get to the part where I'm saying, the real Cinderellas, who's left? They got Sweet 16s in here. I say the only two real Cinderellas left that you can actually at least look for. Number 11, Loyola Ramblers of Chicago. And they're going to hit another kind of Cinderella, Nevada. I wish they didn't play. That's in the South
When
region.
is that game? The game's today?
No. They I think this is Thursday.
You gotta know.
All right, so I'll confirm.
bugging us.
I'll confirm you
Game
guys.
time.
All right, we got another one. Number 11, Syracuse Orangemen play Duke in the Midwest region. Those to me are the two teams.
I don't know what an orange man is or a blue devil.
I knew you was gonna say that. Man.
I notice these are fictional people of color.
You know what? you know what?
Orange men and blue devils.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to keep doing
I'm
what
just
you're
saying.
doing. Keep doing what
I'm
you're
not
doing.
sure what a rambler is.
I don't-
I know what a wolf pack is.
Wait a minute. There are different Loyolas.
And what about Cinderella? How does she really feel? I'm just saying. How would she feel about the use of her name?
He's going off the rails.
I'm just saying it's a different day.
Okay. All right.
Power to Cinderella.
Okay. So here's where I broke it down so you guys can know. I have two real Cinderellas. I think if you're 10 or higher, you're a Cinderella team. If you're below that, lower seed, not quite Cinderellas. Here's where, Mario, you get to sit back and say, between Loyola and Syracuse, who stands the best chance of going to the Final Four?
Between Loyola and Syracuse?
Yes, they're rated number 11.
That's the Chicago Loyola before I can get confused. I go with the Orange Men because they're orange.
You know what?
No, you see, remember we had a friend on here, a female. She went by which uniforms were the most sexy. And she was still choosing better than getting the numbers.
Man, come on. Man, you
So
know
I say
what?
I'm going with the Orange Men because I'm tired of people taking people orange for granted. We need some orange power.
You don't watch this too often, do you?
Man, I'm just telling you, because I'm tired of the damn Blue Devils.
Okay, I'm leaving you alone. All right, I'll make it easier for you. I'm gonna go to the lower seeds. I'm picking Loyola, Chicago. I have to because it's an easier journey through Nevada.
The little seeds.
All right.
Little seeds.
The lower seeds here. Now, this is where it gets difficult because now you have the lower seeds. Which team, Kentucky, Michigan, or Gonzaga, stands to lose the next game based on these lower seeds?
Well, I would say if you take a close look, Kentucky is a Wildcat versus a Wildcat.
Yeah, I figured you.
You got two Wildcats.
Right.
So that was hard. That may probably be a draw.
Fight.
But if you have that's right.
That was a good one.
But when you have a Wolverine versus an Aggie,
Right.
I don't even know what an Aggie is. See, that's what I'm saying. Whatever Aggie is,
Oh man, you
I
can't.
can imagine Wolverines are like buzzsaws. So I'll go with the Wolverines.
Okay.
Now, the Seminoles versus the Bulldogs. You know, the Seminoles were very gifted with bows and arrows and other
Oh,
forms of
do you?
warfare.
Okay, you'll get the emails from them.
I'm just saying that the Florida State what they claim is that they wrote a deal with the Seminoles so they can use the Seminole name. They gave some money. So now, and they leased it. So, but I'm going to say if I have to take a Seminole versus a Bulldog, and then see, I love Bulldogs. I love the little dogs. They're charming little characters. But
Right.
how they going to stand up against the Seminole?
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Seminoles.
You're going to go with the Seminoles?
Yeah, because I'm just saying, that's we're looking at the little seeds. So I don't know what little. I just think about the little seeds that become trees.
So you're basically saying Gonzaga stands the best chance of losing the next game. Yeah.
Whatever way you translate it.
Wait, that's what how it was formed.
You're so gifted.
Okay, who's
You're so gifted.
who stands?
I'm just saying, you're so gifted, and I'm sure Nils would agree. We're in consensus that
He gets to stay out
truly
of it.
the Seminoles
Right.
would be there.
All right.
It's their swamp.
Look. No, honestly. If you had to pick from the remaining 16, I didn't cover the Eastern region. They had no upsets, buzzer beaters. The top 4 teams, they all, 1, 2, 3, 5. I didn't even cover them because there's no excitement. The West and the South region and the Midwest are getting all the surprises.
It seems a little biased.
So I'm gonna be biased.
Seems a little
We
biased.
don't have, the only West Coast team we have, and it's not West Coast. It's Nevada.
What's your point?
My point is that we need to get the closest West Coast team to, jump on board, man. Nevada. It's a little bit
I
further
just
away
say
from water.
go Seminoles.
You way on the East Coast, man.
Until I find out what an Aggie is. I don't know. What is their mascot, the Aggies? Just saying.
You say I'm leaving.
He makes me think
let
of
me
just
go.
somebody who's complaining.
So
here's Aggie.
Watch this. So I have a segment here where we're dealing with sports. And the other people are going, so we need the Webster's Dictionary for his role.
They still trying to figure out why they mad at Mark.
All right, I'm going on. Hey, look, I'm picking Final Four, Cinderella. I have to say Loyola. I'm just going because I have nobody else to choose. And want to sit back and make a mention of a passing. New Orleans Saints owner, I believe it's Tom Benson. He passed away a few days ago. I want to sit back and give respect and props to him.
Oh, he was one of the most beloved.
Yeah, owners. He was.
People loved him. They said he was a fun, kind man.
Yes, he was.
Look at his picture. You know, he kind of has that look. They said he was that way.
Yeah.
And again, coming from the Big Easy, I guess that's their whole reputation, that he was a man who kind of fit that.
True that.
Rest in peace. Much love to your family and friends.
Yeah.
To the folks in New Orleans.
Yeah. He's going to be missed, but hey, look, he got his Super Bowl. That's all that matters, right? Got his Super Bowl. All right. Hey, something else. I'm not rolling any displays on this. You guys watch out. Tiger Woods came in 5th in this latest tournament. So the week before, he's in 2nd. He came in 5th. The fear is there. Vegas is still saying he's favored for the Masters.
Okay.
And so for those of you who say the golfer is done, I think you're going to have to train your comments way back.
Done one day. He gave me 100.
Everybody was going, he's done.
Crank me up.
He's coming back from that back surgery. Nobody wants to admit this.
I'm coming back.
How bad is a back when you're trying to swing?
That's bad.
It's bad. And he tried to do it.
When you try, there's a bunch of other stuff when you trying to. When the back will mess it up.
You know what? Please keep it within the sports.
Back will
please.
mess up a provocative
Keep it within sports, man. Keep it within sports. So, hey, look.
Oh, sorry.
They're saying it's overblown, that Vegas is just doing the hype so you can get that money on the house, and saying, no, he shouldn't be number 1.
Are we supposed to be betting?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're supposed to bet. I give him top 10. I'm not sure if I go. He's going to win. Hey, got to give it to the man. All right. Hey, raced out of here, man. About to get back and do my hot picks. I got to go check my streams. I think they are acting up on me.
Check your streams. Mr. Allen's Newz Sports, a recurring segment of the Morning Call with Mario show. That's right. It's here every week. Remember to dress appropriately. Sports bras and jock straps. Bring your own Lotrimin cream. We know about that foot fungus in the jock itch. You want to be prepared. You do your sports. Here at Pax Stereo, that chafing. Come on, get that powder. We can do it. It's sports, folks. You gotta sweat. Yeah. Yeah, dress appropriately, damn it. Coming up next, hot picks. We're going to get up on out of here. We're running late today, but that's because we had wonderful guests, wonderful things, and heart-stirring moments. Now it's time for the picks.
Well, you guys, we're doing what we call a 5-second delay. The 5-second delay is Mario had to sit down.
Yeah, we're still live at Facebook. The other stuff shut down.
Right. Oh, I got it. I see what you're saying. You know, it happens. So let me do this. All right. Periscope, everybody else is good. Having some issues here with some dropouts. Hope you guys are still joining us. Hey, look, check it out. This is what I'm about to do. I'm about to go into what we call social media. You know what? I pick. And what I'm going to do is have Mario pick, before he does anything else, he's going to pick 2 names from this list before we scroll down. And you're going to say, well, why is he going to pick 2 names from this list? I said, because I'm about to tell you. Right under, you see a title called Reigning Supreme on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And there's a group of names there. Now, some popularities in one app, others in 2, and others may be in all 3. That's very rare. Usually that's not the case, and I'm going to be strong with it on that. But what Mario's going to do is say, look, I'm going to pick an A that I think is just the stuff. And I'm going to pick a B choice out of the names. So the names that we have selected here are Shakira, Selena Gomez, Katy Perry, Cristiano Ronaldo, Vin Diesel, Justin Bieber, and Ariana Grande. I left off the A because I was moving too fast and forgot to save on the website. I'm about to clean that up. It's very simple. I get to buy some time here. There we go. I get to buy some time. So just to let Nils know what I just said quickly, there are some names on display here on the website, and we call it Reigning Supreme on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And the names are Shakira, Selena Gomez, Katy Perry, Cristiano Ronaldo, soccer player, Vin Diesel, the actor, Justin Bieber, and Ariana Grande. Well, at the end of 2017, they literally give you rankings. Now, these things can change over and over again. So some people are going to go, oh, I'm going to that. I don't see it. I think they're taking in consideration that you may have a couple of profiles and they combine the numbers. In some instances, you may not see that, and some you do. And I'm guarantee you, this is March right now, so the numbers have changed. So I'm going to give you a series of numbers here connected with the celebrities, and we're going to take it from there. In the meantime, let me sit back and give my props. Part of my segment is to say, hey, social media, I got your back. For those of you needing to see this right now, I'm showing you Twitch. That's just Twitch. Right there, I'm showing you Periscope. Now, I'm not displaying Facebook because we already have that through our network. I got Big O Live and Live.me, who I juggle sometimes. You'll see me juggle segments and plug in to give them a little display play. Last week, I gave Big O Live or Live.me and Periscope a lot of play. This week, I'm giving Twitch and Periscope, and I got you. All right, so Mario, you all ready for this, man? I was giving you time.
You did a wonderful job, and I fixed it.
Okay, good. You got time. All right. So, do you want me to go through it again? Did you hear it?
No, I got it.
You got it. Okay. So, Mario, I want you to go to the display right under the name of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Give me an A name who you think is the top social media. I just say destructor, and your B choice.
Ariana Grande.
I knew you were going to go there.
Number 1, even though Ariana is her sister.
Right.
But Ariana Grande, number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. That's it. All right. Okay, good. So what we're going to do now is just go down.
I bet you Nils could choose these. At least I don't think that mine are right necessarily. So I wonder what Nils would say because
what are the options?
I don't know who Cristiano.
Now go back on the display. See this display of the names underneath?
Shakira, Selena Gomez, Katy Perry, Cristiano Ronaldo, Vin Diesel, Justin Bieber, and Ariana Grande.
Right.
Cristiano Ronaldo and Katy Perry.
You're 1 and 2.
In order?
Which order?
Katy Perry first.
Okay, here we go.
See, there you go.
There we go.
I tell you, Nils probably do better than me.
I don't know.
You never know. So this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to go down the list here and tell you, and we're going to start off with Facebook. Facebook, let's go ahead and tell you who's reigning supreme there. Our number 1, Vin Diesel.
Wow.
100 million Facebook followers. Now, when I say number one, wait a minute. I'm saying, wait a minute. When I say number one, I don't mean number one being displayed. All right. So number one up, Facebook, and we're on. Yes, that's right. I like doing that sometimes. Okay. All right. So you're
first up, Vin Diesel. With 100 million.
100 million followers on Facebook.
Okay.
All right.
They allow that?
Barely cracked the 10,000.
Damn. Okay.
Let's go to our second player. Shakira, 106 million followers.
It's the push-up.
It's the push-up. Now, let me take you to the next. Cristiano Ronaldo, 122 million Facebook followers.
Isn't that more? Is the numbers
moving up?
Yeah, no, hold on, stop. No, stop. We're not going there yet. That's just your top in Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Now we're going to Twitter.
Oh,
now we're gonna and then
I
go
haven't looked at, I don't get to everybody, just so you know, I don't get to review Victor's visual aid part of the show.
No, you ain't gonna.
So that way it's a surprise to me too.
Right. So here we go. So now you already got, you're number one in Facebook, right? Cristiano, right?
Cristiano.
Right. Okay, let's go on over to the next category.
Twitter,
right?
Woo! That's a good picture. Katy
Perry.
Lord. Make a man think evil thoughts.
108 million Twitter followers. These numbers could have adjusted.
Peach's daughter. They always like that.
You want to say that?
They always had that cross right there.
Okay. All right. That's good. I mean, I like where you
Keep
go with
Jesus
it.
warm.
All right. Let's go to the next. Next coming up.
Wait one more time.
You know what? I'm not going to say that. Man.
Okay.
Justin Bieber, 106 million Twitter.
The boy toy.
Yeah. All right, got to go there. Now
Today we join men.
When they didn't hit 100, they weren't included. So there's not a third choice in here because the third choice was like in the 90s. I said you don't qualify. So I'm keeping it in triple digits here. So you got your 1 and 2, and now you see that Katie reigns supreme.
Can we go back and look at that picture one more time?
Katie reigns.
Yeah, girl, I don't know.
You know what? Stop.
And I belong to the itty bitty titty.
Okay, stop. All right.
Just saying.
All right. Now let's go to what we call the hot app that's doing it right now. Right? Okay. Ariana Grande. 117 million Instagram followers. That's just ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's just ridiculous. So,
nice eyebrows.
All right. Let's go to the next. The next. Oh, player is back in the game. Cristiano Ronaldo, 121 million Instagram followers. What does that tell you, man? He's hitting 2 apps.
He's hitting.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next.
Got to take up soccer.
Selena Gomez is the queen all across all the apps. 132 million Instagram followers. She's knocking out the box. That lets you know right offhand she's queen in Instagram, right? But before I go any further,
yes.
Who did you pick? Is your A and B?
I picked Ariana Grande as my A.
Right.
And I said Katy Perry as my B.
Nils, you did a good choice.
I said Katy
Perry and Cristiano.
If you would have reversed it, you would have won because Cristiano is balling in 2 apps more than anybody else. He's number 1 right now.
Wow.
He just didn't hit. He didn't hit the Twitter. I mean, the Twitter numbers didn't get him to just landslide across 3. Nobody's doubling up except Cristiano Ronaldo.
Wow.
So that lets you know right offhand that soccer rules, right?
What can I say? Obviously, it's on the upswing.
It's for soccer rules. But I got to do a special. Roll down again. Let's just take it one more down. One more down. Special recognition. Musicians. Avicii, Swedish musician, DJ, remixer, record producer. He plays 4 instruments, has the most as far as musicians for Instagram followers at 4.5 million, followed by Mayor Zayn, 3.7 million followers.
I don't know either of them.
Zara Larson? You don't know Zara?
Nils said, I don't know either of them. But now you get to go. See, the part that I thought was good about this. It's because what he did is this part called the DJ remixer. You put that name and you do that as part of what you're already doing, and then the DJ component comes in this. Not only DJ, it's DJ remixer. And he's a guitarist. He plays. So he hit that market. 4.5 million. And I was interested in finding out who's balling in jazz across the board. So they included musicians and bands in this. Now I'm pretty sure, now I'm only saying jazz, that's all, strictly jazz. Interesting to go look at what he does, how he shoots his photos, everything he does. It's a good lesson. I saw some things, just want to let you know. Congratulations to Cristiano. Looked like, I didn't think a guy was going to be reigning supreme like that, dude. I thought it was going to be Ariana.
That's impressive.
I thought it was going to, man, he is, I have to go check his Twitter numbers just to find out.
Cristiano is a marketing machine.
Yes, yes he is. I'm not mad at him. I'm done, man. That was a quick hot pick.
Hot picks. Want to give it up for our guest today. Everybody, artist, producer, songwriter, E-Man. He is definitely an E-Man. Nils, give it up for Nils.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So in order to get my numbers up, follow me on Facebook, Nils Guitar. Follow me on Twitter, Nils Guitar. I want to get up into these statics. I feel decapitated by those numbers.
Yeah, you and me both.
I got to add a 0 to my numbers.
Oh, all
definitely.
of us do, man. All of us.
It's been wonderful, Nils, and thank you, and good luck with this. Remember, the CD is out there for you to get. Go there, go to the website, nilsmusic.com, get the CD. Let us know how things are rolling, how much you're enjoying it. Again, we want to thank Nils for being part of our family.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And being here. Here we go, like we say, ain't nobody got our DNA. I'm Mario Hemsley, here with Victor Allen, my partner in crime.
Got you guys.
Artificial intelligence.
Cybers.
All the other good stuff. Pull out my guitar.
And
Let's do this. Everybody,
first off, I'm not your regular dude. I bust moves like a young MC. Yeah, sorta, that would be me. I be thinking about putting down the mic one day, then I get some more love. Thanks for the love I gotta play. Hey, what can I say? I'm a Leo to the finish, man. I love God, so my faith won't diminish, man. Once I step up to the mic, I speak truth. Hip hop wasn't designed to exploit for black youth, but somewhere along the lines we dropped the ball. Yeah, I mean that man in the mirror, yeah, that ball dude. But now I'm back to right the wrongs of my past world. So let me walk this off my list like my name is Earl. Articulate my thoughts clearly like Professor Les. Do you remember Rap City with Deja and Les? I'm looking at the front door, that's the main source. You're full yet, wait till I hit you with the main course. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. Listen to Tribe or shit alone. You like my raps, but really I write songs. I like to do it like this once in a while to show some versatility and make you all smile. It's been a long time coming, I know, I feel it too. The more I take a break, it's like the more I break through. With my timeless space boy funk, I'm on point. You bless this microphone every time I anoint the pen and pad. I face the bad head on. Escape inside the music, see my diary's a song and song. Till I write my next verse, then I go again into the studio. I feel I gotta flow again. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. They say they get me, I don't think they ever got me. My name's Kowalski, but they call me Kawasaki. Online I'm funds, but in real life I'm more like Chachi or Cola. I told you, I'm funky like granola. Bars, can't you see that I'm a star? Who pumps his own gas in the cold really fast? I pass on your gold digging stash. I'd rather make my own money, not advance me loan money. Nope. I was spitting when you was a kid. You doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid. You doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be